Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of MissFlips. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how I took my minimal workspace and turned it into something that's functional and optimized for flipping furniture. So with my garage, I store all of the pieces, so that includes pieces that I haven't worked on yet and pieces that I've completely finished. I also work out of my garage and I also stage in my garage. So there's a lot that goes on in my space. Before, it was very challenging to maneuver my pieces around, to figure out where things were. Everything was in complete chaos. There was just piles and piles of stuff that, it just got out of hand because when we moved, I never really got the opportunity to just sit and organize because I just had to keep working and keep working. But my family came, I took a week off, and they helped me organize my garage, and it was unbelievably helpful. So it just so happened that right before my family came into town, I was bombarded with commissioned pieces. I had 4 people ask me to make a commissioned piece for them within the span of a week. It was crazy. One, I had no room for any other pieces. So I basically was just forced into having to organize my space and make room for these pieces, or else I would have had no room to work. But yeah, I am so glad I did it. Everything is just in its right place, and I'm really excited to show you guys the process. Also, there may or may not be little teasers for videos to come. I have a lot of, pieces that I'm working on right now for the people, and they're most certainly going to be in this video. So stay tuned and watch the whole thing for some sneak peeks. Let's get flipping. So this is the workspace. As you can see, there's a lot going on here. I have pieces that I got off of Facebook Marketplace that aren't for anyone. I also have pieces that were commissions, and I have paint everywhere. My tools are everywhere. Organization, what is that? I don't know. So we're gonna try and change that. I think our first course of action is definitely just to take out all of the stuff that can be thrown away. There was a lot of trash in here that I hadn't gotten around to throwing away yet, like used gloves, old paintbrushes, whatever, rollers, all that sort of stuff. So that was definitely our first thing, was just to get things kind of off the floor and either thrown away or put somewhere where they can later be put away. Shout out to moms. Moms are pretty cool. Especially mine. My mom is cool. So this little corner right here was where our old washer and dryer used to be, and now we have it upstairs, so I wanted to make sure that this side of the room was nice and clean for when we end up hooking up my garage sink so I can wash all of my brushes and all that sort of stuff. It's going to go right there in the corner, and we're going to connect it to the old washer and dryer tubes that were there, the water pipes. So yeah. Also, huge thanks to that guy who just had the coffee cup right there. He is a legend. He installed my sink for me, which was a game changer. So thank you, mom's boyfriend. Since we have this shelf, I wanted to clear some space so that we could move it to this wall here and off of the wall that is on the left, because I wanted to use that space specifically for staging my pieces and wanted to not have to worry about angles I'm shooting at and all that sort of stuff, and just have that space completely clear of stuff so that everything can look pretty. And so then I put all of my paints and tools and all that sort of stuff and organized it and consolidated all into one place where it can be used efficiently. And these clamps, of course, every furniture flipper and woodworker needs clamps, so I just decided to put them right here where I can just easily unclamp them and take them and use them for whatever. The entire staging wall was originally covered in two huge panels of pegboard, and I decided that I wasn't going to use it. I had shelves for my tools and everything, and I needed this wall for staging anyways. So we decided to take it down and put it into the shed in the backyard, which is, you know, where we store all of our gardening stuff, and I thought it would be put to better use out there, so I just decided to take it down with the help of my mom and her boyfriend, and that way I could have a completely blank wall to take my pictures and stage everything and make it look really nice. And so now that the sink is in and everything is kind of, you know, where it's going to be as far as my storage goes, it was time to get things in their storage. So I'm putting all my hardware in here and then putting all of my tools and paint stuff on the shelf and getting everything just where it's supposed to be. And if you guys ever have wire shelves where things are just falling through, just take an extra scrap of cardboard, cut it down to the right size that you need, and put the cardboard on top of the wire shelves, and it'll make it so none of your stuff can fall through, and it is an easy thing to replace if there's ever holes, and yeah, it works great. This Boston Terrier sign was out on the garage when we moved in, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. And my old roommates, I love them dearly, and they had Boston Terriers that I was super close with. So I just decided to keep it as like a remembrance type of homage to those pups and those times living with them. And since the outlets are very limited in my garage, there's only one outlet by the sink and then another one on the opposite side of the door. So I decided to put the charging station above the sink where I can charge all of my tools and, you know, the batteries for the lawnmower and all that. And it's also easy access for the door into our house. And for speeding up my workflow, I decided to invest in two sets, actually three sets of these rollers that I got off of Amazon. I'll make sure to link them in the description below for you guys. But they are so convenient. You just put them under the legs of your piece and they just roll around. You have this little tool that it comes with that you can lift the piece with all by yourself. You don't need anybody's help. And you can just adjust the wheels so that they stay on, or underneath, I should say, the piece. And yeah, they work extremely well. You can move them around, swirl them around while you paint or sand or whatever, and yeah, they're awesome. And in case you all forgot what this place looked like before, here is a friendly reminder. here we are now. You guys probably recognize this pink guy right here. I did a flip video on it before, and it has finally found its new home, so I'm going to be delivering that next week. But here is the space. Here is all of the pieces that I'm working on right now. There's my sink. There's my shelves. Ugh. There's my staging wall. It's so pretty. My paints, top coats, and primers all in one place. All of my miscellaneous tools on the top shelf with my gloves and screws and nails and all that good stuff. My tape. Oh, you guys know how much I love my tape. My mask, my beautiful clamps. And then on this middle shelf here, we have the sander, power tools, and sandpaper, all that good stuff. And on the bottom shelf we have our wood fillers, glues, patch fixers, my vacuum, and all of my cleaning supplies. And let's not forget my beautiful sink. Ugh, I am so happy I have this. I have like a little rod with a towel on it, that way I can dry my hands or dry paintbrushes, whatever I need to dry. I have my little roller sponges, all of my batteries, paintbrushes, little knife thing. God, I forget what that's called. Anyways, yeah, all that good stuff. Super happy. Gloves, goggles. It's great. I also took a scrap piece of carpet and put it on the top step so I could wipe my feet before going in the house. And here on these cabinets that I took from the kitchen actually, you will find all of the stuff that I add on to pieces, such as hardware, fabric, or woven cane, all that good stuff. And these carts here, I cannot recommend them enough. You can put all of your paint and supplies on them and roll them around while you're working. They are amazing. I use them all the time. And then here is the staging wall. Obviously, I plan on painting that splotch part right there with the same white that's on the rest of the walls, but as you can see, it's easily photoshopped out. I've staged on this wall before, and it is pretty easy to, deal with, but I definitely want to paint that eventually. And here are all of the pieces that I plan to work on that I will eventually get to once I finish my commissions, and these are the commissioned boys right here. Stay tuned for these videos. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope that you guys found this video useful, and if you didn't, I hope you at least found it entertaining or satisfying, because I know when I look back at this video, I love watching every little thing just get put in its place and organized. Oh my god. I live for that type of stuff. So good. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys can move forward and organize your own spaces and make them functional for your specific needs. Having an organized workspace is so important, if not just for the pleasure of having things in the rightful place, but also for your mental health. It eases things, it sets you in a good mood, and makes you feel inspired and makes working easy. Mental health is so important, so if you guys ever find yourself losing motivation or not wanting to work in your space, organizing can be a simple way to help with that. I know as soon as I got my space organized, all I wanted to do was try out all of the little things that I had put in the places and actually test it out, test out and see if that's actually where I want things to go, and maybe find a new system or keep this one. There is still a long way to go. I do want to eventually have you know, my whole wall painted, of course. That would probably be my first step, is to get that whole wall painted so that I don't have to go in afterwards with like Photoshop or anything like that and edit it. Next step is just to get rid of a lot of the stuff that we have in there. We do have some stuff left over from the previous owners of our house, and we are looking to sell that. We just haven't gotten around to that yet, so that would probably be the next step after that. Still lots to do. Organization, I feel like, is a continuous thing. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Stay flipping, guys.